nice day to relax. I think it's raining markers. It is raining COPIC. That's strange. All of these are literally orange and blue. Like, what's going on?
It's the orange versus blue Copic marker challenge.
What? What do you mean, like?
Said, it's the orange versus blue Copic marker challenge. You have to draw a picture with orange and blue markers. And this gold one. It's your bonus.
Like a wild card? So, like, what am I supposed to do, though?
What I just said. Draw a picture with orange and blue markers and the gold one.
But, like, if it's orange versus blue, wouldn't they be doing, like, separate pictures?
Look, just go with it, okay? You have some orange markers, you have some blue markers, you have one gold marker, just draw a picture.
Sure, why not? I guess it's a Copic marker challenge. Alright, now that you have endured some extreme cheesiness, let's dive into this piece. So basically, this is what I would call the complementary color challenge, but I am kind of going to make orange and blue work against each other while kind of working together. I want like a huge contrast between the two, so that is the challenge with this piece. We are bringing orange and blue against each other, but together, kind of like a twist, and we're going to see what we can make. We are going to develop a full piece, and hopefully it turns out good. I'm not really sure. Well, actually, I am, because this is me from the future on a voiceover, and this is like you from right now in the present. Ooh, time travel at its finest. But technically, when you're watching this, I'm in the past, even though right now I'm in the future. Whoa, crazy. Okay, now that we have that weirdness out of the way, let me explain a little bit about what's going on. Because right now, you might be guessing like a frog is on the picture, or maybe some weird like rocket ship thing. Who really knows? So let's give the lowdown here. We are drawing a moth today, and this is not like my last piece. I know I'm on a kick with these babies lately, but this one is more on the abstract side, so wait till you see what's coming up, guys. Wait till you see. In the meantime, I have a question of the day for you guys. I want to know if you have ever done a challenge like this before, where you have to use complementary colors in a piece and make it work. If so, I want to know which color combination did you choose, and I want to know what you made. Like, did you paint or did you draw, and like what did you make? So I've been wanting to do this challenge for years, and I just never really got around to it. I kept forgetting about it, but I always knew that when I finally did it, I wanted to use orange and blue. I just love the way that those two color combinations interact together. Now, this was very challenging because my color selection for orange markers is extremely limited. So I did have to grab some like orangish yellow ones from my yellow, red, and yellow color family. And I tried to stay as orange as I could, but I did take like 2 markers, I think. So we kind of had to push the edge just to get enough. Otherwise, most of these colors you see like are very close and it would be very hard. I did pull in some blues to blend into the oranges here and there, and I did do some blue accents on the moth. Really loved those little pops of blue. It was really fun. And I thought that it really helped my piece too, because as I said, if I didn't pull in some of the blues to shade the orange, and if I didn't pull in like those 2 yellowish oranges, it would have looked really flat. So I'm really glad for that part. I had a lot of fun doing like the details on the wings. I usually like paint my moths. Like I'm usually using acrylic paint or watercolor or gouache. So I'm kind of adjusting to using marker for them. For the last piece that I did on my channel, I actually drew like a person with a moth on her face, and I used Copic markers for that too, and I found it pretty challenging to do the moth. I just wasn't used to it, but it gave me a lot of freedom to do different details, I guess. Things are just a little more crisp, and I could do like little hairs and stuff a lot easier. So it was really fun toying around with that and just blending all sorts of colors together. I guess maybe it was less time consuming than if I were to paint it too. That was a plus. We love that. So the whole time I was doing all these details, I was thinking to myself, oh, I have this wild card marker, which is the gold marker that I had in my last video as well, the gold leaf marker. I can leave a link to that video below because I had a lot of fun making it, but I was just kind of wondering, like, how am I going to incorporate this in this piece? Because I think what I do with the gold is going to strongly influence the background. So that was my logic while I was actually drawing this, and yeah, I started swatching different blues and really brainstorming like, all right, we have gold, we have blue. We need to really make this background pop. I mean, really make it pop. So I started coloring, and I just started laying down some really dark blues. And yeah, it just ended up looking like a solid mass of color for a little bit. But girl, let me tell you, Mira Byler has a twist going on, and I'm really excited for this part. I think the background ended up being, like, by far my favorite part of the picture, and I kind of expected the moth to be, but no. No, it ended up being the background. So I started doing this gradient thing, and it's a super, super subtle gradient because, let me tell you this part. I wanted it to be really dark back there for the contrast, but also I wanted it to look like this butterfly was flying at night and all you can see is like outer space / the starry sky behind it. And this butterfly is like high up in the sky. I mean, this butterfly did not want to hang around. It's an adventurer. It wanted to go exploring. So we are conveying that in this picture, but also keeping it kind of like surreal and abstract. And yeah, this is like something I would probably hang in my studio. It just feels very bohemian and fun, interesting. So yeah, right now it's just kind of looking like a blotchy mess because nothing is really happening, but we are busting out this gold marker, and we are going to do some accents, and we are going to have some major fun with this, okay? Another question for you guys. Have you ever used a marker that is really gold before? I'm not talking about like a gold Sharpie, because it just doesn't give off the same effect, but one that's like really similar to using gold leaf. If not, I highly, highly recommend it. I find it to be really addicting now. It's my new favorite art supply. It's really cool. It's just like so metallic. I can't get over it. I have this Winsor & Newton gold ink, and I would say it's very similar to that in terms of how metallic it is. It's not like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I have this gold gouache paint, and it is way more metallic than that. So yeah, I will show you guys what I'm talking about in a minute. I'll like hold my piece up so you can see, but yeah, it's just such an amazing marker that I just have to talk about it for a second. You're probably going to see me using it a lot in a couple videos here and there because it is such a cool thing. So I put a moon up above the butterfly to show that like it's up high, it's flying. And then I decided to incorporate a little bit of like botanical elements. So we have these silhouettes of some ferns, and it's kind of like maybe you are an ant or something, and you're looking up at the sky and seeing this like giant moth flying over you, okay? And some plants are just peeking out all around you, and yeah. Thought that was great. So right now I'm going in with some colored pencils because the crazy voice in the sky did not tell me I couldn't incorporate other supplies. So I wanted to make these stars glow, and I know I'm using yellow, but hey, I only used like the orange and blue Copics, so whatevs. And I made the stars glow. Now I'm going in and just adding more stars with white, and yeah, it really came to life at this point. At first, I wasn't sure how I felt about it because the background just like took a while to blend, and you can kind of still see some like marker textures here and there. But after adding the stars, it almost seemed natural that the sky would do that, and I felt a lot better about it. So I did all sorts of sizes of stars and just kept on going through and adding more and more detail. And by the end, I was really happy with how the sky felt like it was glowing. It's really fun. So then, since my color palette was limited, I did add some orange details with the color pencil. So yeah, I will link everything I used down below since you guys always ask. But yeah, we're just finishing up some details on this piece. I hope you guys liked this. I had so much fun doing this challenge. It was by far one of my favorite challenges I've done this year. Here's all the stars. Guys, look at this piece glow. Like that gold brought it to life. Look at that. Ha! I just love it. Okay, this is the challenge. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this moth drawing. Have a good day, guys. Bye!